Welcome back to the Mind Institute, brought to you by NoTropicNation.com. This is Philip Fairbanks here with another video on cognitive enhancers, nootropics, and biohacking. Today we're going to be talking about the caffeine-theanine stack synergy. Of course, stacking is when you combine two supplements that work together well, work better together than they would alone. In the case of caffeine and theanine, you could argue, I guess, that caffeine and theanine is the first smart drug stack since it's actually found in nature. Green tea leaves. Green tea leaves contain both caffeine and the enzyme L-theanine. This is considered a very popular beginner stack for nootropic newbies because, once again, it's well tolerated, it's safe, well studied. There have been numerous animal and human clinical studies done on the benefits and medicinal properties of both coffee and green tea leaves, caffeine, and theanine. So, green tea as the original smart drug is an interesting idea. Chinese tea medicine actually goes back thousands of years. I find it kind of neat that teas were used as medicine long before they became part of regular life as the calming tea drinking ritual or as just a beverage enjoyed on their own or with meals. Caffeine and theanine are the two most important psychoactive constituents of green tea. There's others. There's some potent antioxidants like EGCG and some catecholamines, which have an effect on focus and mood as well. But the two, most studied and probably the real key to the psychoactive and focus enhancing benefits of green tea would be caffeine and theanine. Caffeine is probably the world's most known and loved psychoactive drug. And yes, that's what it is. Caffeine is a drug. It doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing. But as a drug, it's a stimulant drug. It has, certain effects because of its chemical structure. It's shaped like adenosine, which is a neuromodulator, specifically a nucleoside. Adenosine is part of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is the basic energy currency of the body. Right up there with glucose as, the basic coinage of how we keep going, like the Energizer Bunny, so to speak. Caffeine is a central nervous system stimulant which gains its property by being shaped like adenosine. So what it does is caffeine will sit in the adenosine spot, and that means when we've done some work or energy, expelled energy, and should be tired, then the brain, produces adenosine, and it's going to be leaked out into the synapse, and it's going to tell the brain and body, hey, I've done some work, and therefore I'm tired. So caffeine is kind of it fools the mind. It tricks the mind into thinking, oh, well, there's no adenosine sitting in the spot, so I've still got plenty of energy. Now, of course, since the body and brain seek homeostasis, a sort of balance, then what's going to happen then is, we're just going to create more adenosine, which is why we end up with issues with tolerance, addiction, habituation, and even withdrawal with things like coffee and other drugs, especially stimulants sometimes. In addition to being a stimulant, it has some focus enhancing and mood boosting properties. It's also a bit of a cognitive protector. So in addition to that endurance and energy spike you'll have for a short time, there's some studies that have shown with rodents and other animals and even humans that it has some cognitive protection benefit, and that is with moderate caffeine intake, anyways. L-theanine also has focus enhancing properties. It also, similar to caffeine, uh, may protect the brain against some age-related or other, cognitive issues such as stroke. Some Asian studies showed the brain is you're less likely to have a stroke if you've got theanine currently in your system. Then you're also, I think, some other studies suggested that theanine may aid a speedy recovery from stroke and other issues. Theanine is actually only found in nature in green tea leaves. It's also found in the guayusa. Guayusa's actually got more caffeine than black tea and more theanine than green tea. So if that might be something, if you like green tea and haven't tried it, that might be something you might be interested in. It's also found in the Badioscites mushroom. So it's not really very prevalent, but a very interesting compound nonetheless. So about synergy now, theanine and caffeine. A lot of studies have shown that they seem to work better together than they would alone. Theanine, in addition to mitigating some of the more undesirable effects of caffeine, nervousness, jitteriness, possible irritability. You ever notice that an over-caffeinated state can induce an almost sort of an ADD type, a lack of focus, in fact. So the calming and added focusing benefit of theanine could be a great boon here. Multiple studies have shown that and effectiveness have shown that the greatest efficacy or effectiveness is with a 2-to-1 ratio of caffeine to theanine, which is actually the opposite of what's found in nature, in green tea leaves, naturally, that is. And remember, by the way, even if it's something as simple as adding a therapeutic tea medicine routine to your daily or maybe weekly schedule, always consult with your general care practitioner before embarking on any fitness, diet, or supplementation change, especially if you're currently under a doctor's care for any pre-existing condition or taking over-the-counter prescription medications. Once again, though, thanks so much for taking the time to join us here at the Mind Institute, brought to you once again by nootropicnation.com. Make sure to check out the site. We're constantly building a library of articles and videos that we hope will appeal to you. Send us a note or drop a comment below if you'd like to suggest maybe a story or something you'd like us to cover in print or video, and maybe we can add that to our publication schedule. Until then, though, once again, signing off for the Mind Institute, Philip Fairbanks.